The Amazing World of Gumball is back with a brand new season on Hulu. And I'm rocking the Gumball shirt. That is how dedicated I am to this show. Gumball was a show that I watched all the way from start to end. It was one of my favorite animated shows growing up, alongside things like Regular Show, SpongeBob, all kinds of cool animated cartoons. Gumball was at the top. It was probably, for a very brief time, my all-time favorite animated show, just because of how absurd, crude, shameless, raunchy, whatever you want to call it, the humor in this show was so out there that you couldn't help but love it, no matter what you stood for, no matter what you liked. This show made fun of everything. Dare I say, this show was the kid version of South Park. And when I heard that they were coming out with a brand new season on Hulu, best believe I was beyond hyped for this shit. Now, yes, there was a lot of debate as to how it was gonna be because it was a reboot and the voice actors didn't sound the same, and it's rebooting an old animated show, which seems to be the norm for a lot of companies nowadays. So a lot of people had mixed reviews when this first got announced, but when I say that my expectations were blown out of the water when I watched the first 20 episodes, holy crap, this show has not changed one bit. And I love it. This show has kept the same raunchy, weird, out there, random humor that we have come to know and expect from Gumball, as well as quite literally making fun of everything on planet Earth. In fact, I have compiled a list of things and references that I picked up on while watching this new season of Gumball, such as, but not limited to, influencers, TikTokers. There's an entire episode dedicated to making fun of literally every TikTok ever made. Mewing, corporate greed, the dress. Y'all remember the dress? Is it white and gold or blue and black? Tesla. Yeah, there's an entire Tesla in one of the episodes. AI assistants, Lady Gaga's meat dress, Harry Potter, every couple you've ever seen. That one meme with the bada bop boom, the SpongeBob movie, mukbangs. There's literally an entire episode where Principal Brown reads a poem that was supposed to be about Gumball's ass. And then he does this. I wish I was making it up. When I tell you guys this show is absurd, this show is absurd. An entire episode dedicated to Midsommar and potential incest? Question mark? Do I even want to leave that in the video? I don't know. And that's just a handful of the things that were referenced in this show. That's just the things that I picked up on. I probably missed a bunch that people are gonna slam me for in the comments for not remembering and not getting. Guys, I was drunk while I watched half these episodes. Cut me some slack, okay? Every single episode is unique in its own way. Now, there's only 20 episodes available right now at the time of recording this video, but there is supposed to be 20 more episodes coming after these 20 episodes. This 7th season is supposed to have 40 episodes. 40 incredibly insane episodes. And not a single one of these episodes was dull in any way, shape, or form. I did not feel bored watching any of these episodes. In the episode The Burger, there's a literal burger in charge of feeding humans junk food. That's the corporate greed. It literally talks about how corporations do not give a shit about people, despite talking about how we only care about the consumer's health and we care about the consumer themselves. No, you care about our money. That's what you care about. In the episode The Assistant, it is literally an entire episode to mock AI assistants. You know how every single social media app has their own AI assistants like Meta and Grok? Well, this episode basically mocked all of that. This is the episode with the Tesla. In the episode The Distance, Gumball and Darwin get separated from each other, and Gumball thinks that Darwin is cheating on him with other friends. It's very weird. It's very weird the way Gumball words it, because he feels like Darwin is cheating on him, when in reality, Darwin is just living under the stairs like Harry Potter, and Gumball's upstairs in the room. And he starts freaking out because Darwin doesn't answer his call after the 50th time calling. In the episode The Thing, we get another recap of an older Gumball episode where Richard cannot remember what he is supposed to do. Nicole keeps being very vague about what Richard needs to get to prepare for his his mother coming over, but won't tell him directly because, oh, Richard should know by now. Nicole, by now you should know how dumb your husband is. Just tell him. You're saving so much time for you, yourself, your family, and your husband by just telling him what you need. Repeating the events of a previous Gumball episode where Richard could not remember that it was his and his wife's anniversary. The butts. Self-explanatory, let's move on. The traffic, literally Richard just being dumb and Nicole questioning her entire relationship as they try to get Anais to Daisyland because you guys know her love of Daisy, the donkey, and they try to get her to Daisyland before it closes forever, which is happening with a lot of Magic Mountain parks, and it's genuinely starting to scare me. The astrological, where Mr. Small literally predicts that Gumball and Penny will not end up together, and Gumball starts placeboing himself into thinking that they're really not gonna end up together. In the cheerleading episode, it literally delves into Richard's trauma, and he becomes a cheerleader to get over that trauma of not becoming a cheerleader. In the episode The Boring, they literally use Molly, yeah, the character that got wiped out of existence in the actual show. They use her ability to be boring to stop time. Again, this show is insane and I love it. In The Teacher, Gumball, of course, is not a good student and Miss Simeon has to punish him for it. But of course, they go along this incredible journey where Gumball actually learns something about Miss Simeon and finds out that, wow, you actually care more about students than the school does. A play on how the literal school system does not care about students and teachers sometimes have to provide for students rather than getting funding from the school. In the episode The App is literally an entire episode dedicated to making fun of TikTok. Yes, TikTok. Every single TikTok trend you can think of is pretty much in this 12-minute long episode. 12 minutes and they managed to pack at least 100 different TikTok references. In the episode The Entrance, Gumball and Darwin literally get arrested and I swear on my life I thought I took acid by accident. That one, I don't recommend watching drunk. That one's a trip. In the episode The Letter, Darwin tries to make a sweet gesture to his girlfriend Carrie, but then realizes that that sweet gesture, she's not a big fan of sweet gestures. Let's just say that. In the episode The Gut, Richard's own stomach literally tries to take Anais as its own daughter. Literally, Richard's own stomach tries to say, oh, I'm a better father to your daughter than you are. You're my literal stomach. In the episode The Wrinkle, they literally repeat the events of the time Anais was literally about to become brain dead because her family was so dumb. The amount of time she had to facepalm, except this time, she's just so frustrated her forehead is wrinkling to the point of literally crushing her skull. In the episode The Gourmet, Gumball spends the entire episode trying to get Masami's mac and cheese. That makes it sound a lot more boring than it actually is, but you gotta go into all these episodes knowing that this is gonna be some wild shit. In the pool, they try to convince the Robinsons to let them swim in their pool, but to no avail because Mr. Robinson and Margaret don't like the Wattersons. In the portrait, all Nicole wants is one nice family picture, but things keep happening and they have some pretty funny side profiles, I'm not gonna lie. In the episode The Climb, let's just say we get more than enough Gumball ass than we need to or want to see. And in the episode The Amadan, I think that's how you pronounce that, don't quote me on that, don't destroy me in the comments, I'm sorry. It's literally an homage to the movie Midsommar. I even posted a TikTok about one of the scenes, and yes. But that's just a brief summary of all the episodes. Again, that's only 20 episodes. They're going to have 20 more episodes in this season. All these episodes are so unhinged. They're so wild. Again, if you guys are going to watch episode 12, I do not recommend doing it drunk. It's, and I know it's my own fault because I'm supposed to be watching these episodes to do research for this video, but, don't watch it drunk. Maybe high, because, you know, sometimes some of that shit's an upper. But don't watch it drunk. Don't watch it while you're sitting there talking about something. But overall, the reason I love this show is because it captures the old Gumball. It's a reminder of what Gumball used to be. This is not a show for a newer generation. This is not one of those shows that, hey, let's go ahead and make this so that way older people will be into it just as much as the younger people were. No, this is a show that was made for the people that grew up with it. It's a continuation. So if you jump into this with no knowledge of Gumball, you're not going to know what the hell is going on. You're not going to know any of these characters. You're not going to know what's going on. You're not even going to understand that this is one of the most unhinged shows that you will ever watch in your entire life. But with all this praise that I'm giving the show, I do only have two little complaints, two little tiny complaints, and trust me, they are not big at all. They're not going to affect anything about this show. You're still going to enjoy this show to the max. My first complaint is the voice acting. It's a little bit different, obviously, and a lot of people complained about that because, you know, people have a preference for certain voices, especially when you grow up with a childhood voice and they change it, but this show grew up with us, so if you can look past the voice acting changes, just like you did in Hazbin Hotel, just like I did, because I was like, I don't know if I like these voices for Hazbin Hotel. But as you watch it, you will get used to it. Same with Gumball. As you watch the show, you will get more used to the voices. Except for Banana Joe and Anais. That's not Banana Joe, and Anais hardly even speaks in the show, so her voice is gonna take a little more getting used to.
Huh? Terry forgot her apple cord! Sign up for hall monitor duties.
And then you've got the whole, I'm not even gonna say trying too hard, but I'm gonna say they're trying a little bit hard to appeal to the younger generation. Like, hey, look at this TikTok. Hey, look at this viral dance move that you all did. Hey, look at this image of Gumball's butt. There's a lot of butt humor in this show, and I don't know how to feel about it. That might be my third and only other complaint. But again, those are things that if you can look past, then this show is gonna be good. This is going to be a trip. You don't even need to take drugs because this show in and of itself is a fucking drug. But other than the voice acting, they literally have not changed anything about this show. I mean, even in the old Gumball that we all grew up with, there were references to everything. They referenced so much anime. They had so many songs. They have a few songs. Now, that's what another thing I like about this show is that there's not a lot of songs. There's a few songs out of the 20 episodes. There's maybe 3 songs. I might have missed one along the way because I was, you know, drunk. But if you look, again, even if you're not a fan of musicals, the songs are short and sweet and get to the point and they're done with before you even realize that you were just watching a musical. And even I feel like a lot of the humor in this show is a lot of hush hush, wink wink. We know what we're doing is going to be cringy at times. We know what we're doing is trying to appeal to a younger audience because, hey, we're hip with the kids, but it's really on the shoulder, you know, it's really, hey, we know what we're doing, so let's intentionally try to make it a lot cringier than it needs to be. Because again, this show knows what it's doing and it knows its target demographic. It's for people who grew up with it, not for anyone new. Anyone new can still enjoy it. It's one of these shows that if you jump into with no knowledge of a Gumball, you'll still enjoy it, but it's better to watch the original Gumball before you jump into this so you can get a better understanding of the characters and I would say lore and plot, but let's be honest, there is no plot in a single episode of Gumball. It's just unhinged from the moment it starts. And overall, that's just what I think of the new series. Again, I know I'm a little biased because I grew up with it and I'm a huge fan. This is like one of my all-time favorite shows of all time, if you exclude live action shows, but still, Gumball is peak. Gumball is amazing, and this show has not changed its humor one bit. It is the kid version of South Park. They make fun of everything, so no side, no one, no anything is left out. Everything gets made fun of, and if you're offended, you're part of the problem. But yeah, that's just my quick little review of the new wonderfully weird world of Gumball. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I mention that? It's not called The Amazing World of Gumball. This new season is called The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, so y'all got that to deal with. But again, this is definitely one of those shows where you can just enjoy it regardless of your likes. And again, I'm aware some people will not like this show. Some people are gonna think it's too cheesy or too cringe or too much, but again, everyone has different opinions. You may be the sweetest peach on the tree, but some people just don't like peaches. And you gotta live with that. But yeah, that's just my quick little review. I wanted to talk about it just because Gumball is such a peak show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will be back to comic dubs very soon. There's very little to dub right now, so please be patient with the artists. The artists especially. Do not give them shit. Do not be in their comment section talking about, give us part 9, give us part 7, give us a next part, give us more comics, guys. We have lives. I'm not an artist, but artists have lives. YouTubers have lives. We all have lives. Most of us will work a full-time job on top of our side gig. So cut us some slack, and if you guys want something to do while you wait for more comic dubs, watch The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. Could not recommend it more. But I love you guys. Thank y'all for listening to my stupid little review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys think of the new camera quality. And with that being said, I love you guys, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. PokeTom is out. Stay awesome, guys.